Hey, what's up, guys? It's Online Money 24/7, and today I'm going to be going through three stocks that are under $100 that you should buy right now. So, obviously, at the time of this video, these stocks are currently under $100, although in the near future they might be going above 100. But this is at the time of recording this video, as they are under 100, and even if they do go over a little 100, a little over 100, I would still recommend getting these stocks. These are all tech-related stocks, but stocks that I believe in, that I see quite a future in. So, starting with number one, PayPal. PayPal has had an incredible record over the past year. I'm going to be showing the record of the stock over the past year, the trend. And PayPal has had really great time. They've constantly been beating their earnings as well. So they are actually a profitable company currently. They are generating, I think, around 500 million revenue. Not exactly sure on that, but in general, explaining what PayPal is if you don't know, they are a platform which basically handles on digital transactions. So tapping into your money, whether it be on your phone, on a computer. They typically handle business transactions as well. So on websites, say for example, if you were to go to a website, usually they have a PayPal option on there, and PayPal makes a percentage, kind of like a credit card company, of transactions that happen on websites. So that's how they make a large percentage of their money, is just the fee that they charge merchants who sell product. They also are connected to eBay. So if someone on eBay sells stuff, it goes directly through PayPal, and then PayPal gets a cut of the sales that happen on eBay. PayPal is integrated on so many different websites, Alibaba as well, if you're familiar with them. But pretty much any website you go to, you're going to see that PayPal logo to pay with PayPal as well. And so they also, if you did not know, they also own Venmo, which is a very popular online transaction. Well, it's basically a way to transfer money between friends, or to maybe, I think you can transfer to a business as well. I believe that they have added a business functionality to Venmo more recently, although before it was just on PayPal that they had the business functionality. But Venmo, is extremely popular, and PayPal owns that. That's owned by PayPal. And so they have had an incredible year. I am actually, I hold quite a bit of shares in PayPal. I definitely recommend PayPal. Obviously, any companies that I am invested in, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but these are just things that companies that I see a good future in, that I would recommend. And obviously, do your own research, make your own decision. But these are just companies that I either hold positions in or have a firm belief in. Obviously, if I'm holding positions in them, I have quite a belief in the company, because I'm not going to put my money anywhere, or just anywhere. So yeah, PayPal is the first one. I think they're going to be going well over 70 throughout the rest of this year in terms of their stock value. They just beat their quarter 3 earnings by quite a bit and shot up. So PayPal's had a great year. And I can only expect them to keep going up. PayPal dominates that world of e-commerce and capitalizing basically as a credit card, not as a credit card company, but as a transaction company, in which it's kind of like Visa. Visa takes a cut of the money when a credit card or a debit card is used on a website, same as PayPal. And PayPal just makes things so much easier, because you don't have to type everything in. Just click, boom. So, I strongly believe in PayPal. That's the first one. Moving on to the second company is Shopify. So, if you guys don't know what Shopify is, it is a e-commerce platform, and as you can see, it's currently $98 a share, although it was over 100. So it's just barely being able to make this video. This is one of the stocks that is almost breaching 100. It will be breaching 100 over the next week or so. If you look at that little dip at the end of this past month or so of September into October, you can see that there was a huge dip, a massive dip, about 10 to 15%, somewhere around there. and that is due to a short seller. If you guys aren't familiar with what that is basically someone who releases a bunch of bad information about a stock. They were saying that Shopify, the company, was a scam, and like comparing it to a multi-level marketing like Amway or Herbalife, trying to scam people, and that is not at all what the company is. So that's why there was a huge dip, and I was a little bit freaked out at first, but I was like, you know what, the company, it's a solid company, and there some bad news about it is going to dip out. Of course, it's going to dip the shares down, but in the long run, the company is really close to coming out on positive with their revenue. So they actually have been negative for quite a while, but they are just on the edge of becoming a profitable company, and they make a ton off of subscription revenue and the transaction revenue as well, because they have a thing called Shopify Payments, which basically, when someone swipes their card digitally on a Shopify-owned e-commerce store, Shopify gets a cut of the money, just like how Visa would or PayPal would when someone makes a transaction. So Shopify also makes that little bit of cut of money. That's where they make a good percentage of their money, as well as their subscription plans that they sell. That's where they make the majority of their money, is by selling the e-commerce solutions, which I was going to show you in this picture here to the left. That's basically what they do, is they sell the platform and the apps and all that functionality there to be able to post create your own e-commerce store, which is rising and rising with the Instagram influencers creating their own products. I mean, tons of people on the internet, whether it be YouTubers as well. I see a lot more on Instagram, just because I think people linking into their bio is more popular, at least on Instagram, in terms of, I'm an influencer, buy my merch or whatever. People create their own Shopify stores, but a ton of YouTubers do it as well. So really, I mean, it is exploded over the past year or so. Not only just different influencers creating their own stores, but also businesses that want to create an online presence, because they realize that a lot of people are using their phones. So they might as well have a nice website, and what better platform to use than Shopify to be able to create an easy store really quick. So that's why I firmly believe in Shopify. So moving along to the third stock for today, it is Square. So I know all three of these companies are very much in the same type of niche and area, but that is an area that I have a lot of expertise in and really understand. So that's why I felt like this would be the best kind of stocks to recommend to you guys or explain, because I actually know what these companies do really in depth, and it's not only just about knowing the company, but knowing where things are going too, in terms of the e-commerce and digital space of transactions. Like, these companies have a foothold in the market. And before I go on about that, but explaining Square is basically another transaction company. It is more in competition with Shopify, I would say, no, it's a bit more in competition with PayPal. They also own the Cash App, so Cash App versus Venmo that PayPal owns is definitely direct competition. Square actually kind of competes with Shopify and with PayPal because Square sells the hardware. As you can see, the person swiping the card, they get a percentage of the money. Like I said before, they're swiping a Visa card. Square gets a percentage of that money due to the transaction fees. Square competes with the both of them in that Square makes its own hardware as well, like point of sale systems, which, if you did not know, that is pretty much what you see the tablet on the left. If someone were to buy something like that, that's like an all-in-one unit with a card swiper, that would be a point of sale system for a store. So like if you were to go to McDonald's and they have the little cashier swipe thing, that's a point of sale system, although those are a bit more expensive. You can get a cheaper solution if you were to open your own business. That's kind of the whole thing behind Shopify and behind Square is, entrepreneurship, starting your own business, and being able to supply entrepreneurs with all of the stuff that they need to really get their business going, and to be able to sell their products. That's really kind of what's behind Square and Shopify. As you can see, obviously Square is a bit cheaper of a stock. It's only at $32 right now. It has shot up a lot. I would definitely say a high percentage of their revenue comes in from the Cash App, which has shot up in popularity over the past year a lot. So I would say Square, I'm actually currently not invested in them, although they are on my watch list. Square is definitely a good pickup right now, but it definitely does not have as big of a foothold as like a PayPal or at Shopify. Because the thing is like PayPal's been around a lot longer. Although they only became a public company maybe a couple of years ago, they have PayPal's on like every website. Shopify has its own like meat platform beyond just a transaction thing. The thing with Square is, they don't actually they don't sell website creation. So that it puts them at a little bit of a disadvantage to Shopify, at least in their competition there, because Shopify is pretty much a one-stop shop if you want to create everything, whereas Square, it's a little less of a one-stop shop because you have to, you're kind of on your own in terms of the e-commerce stuff, although it does handle transactions. So if you're just wanting to handle transactions, Square works really well for that. But in terms of the stock, I mean, Cash App has really increased it over the past year a lot with its popularity and direct competition to Venmo. So, I mean, it's up to you. Obviously, do your own research on this space if you're interested in any of these three stocks. I actually wanted to let you guys know that Robinhood is the app that I use for all my stock trading because it's free. It's a free stock trading app, so that means there's no commissions on trades. It means you don't have to pay the $10 fee or whatever that you normally have to do if you were like at a Vanguard or an E-Trade account. So I actually have an affiliate link below, which will get you a free share of a company. It'd be around $5 is usually the average that people get. But if you click the link below down in the description, that'll get you signed up and get you on your way to getting some stocks, get started in the stock market. These are 3 companies that I recommend. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below if you have any feedback on these stocks, if you guys are invested or anything like that. I'd love to get to see what your opinions are on these stocks and their futures. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.